What's good, everybody, man? I hope everybody's doing well, dude. It's gonna be a crazy week, man. I did not expect us to be hit by a hurricane in this time of the year, and I'm really glad that I decided to do this today because let's just say, like, worst case scenario, right? The power goes out or anything, and I'm not able to do a stream or something around those lines later on in the week. At the very least, man, I know that I have today to talk about the best-selling manga in history, man. So it's gonna be nice, man. There's definitely a lot to talk about. I got the notebook ready, man. You already know, bro. We're gonna be going into like so we're talking about chapter 920, man. Which, according to both translations here, we have Viz saying for love of Odin, and then with Jay saying I love Odin. So pretty fascinating stuff, man. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going through the chapter in regular afterthoughts fashion, going through the chapter page by page, really talking and especially for a chapter like this, man, with a lot of different things that you could really say and give your opinion on each individual on each individual page in this chapter. And then whenever we get to the ending, man, I can't wait to see what y'all are cooking up in the brain for what's about to go down here in the future of this of let's just say even for chapter 921. So I'm looking forward to seeing y'all's thoughts, man. But let's go through the chapter first. But let me first go into, because for some reason, I guess because I did it through Hangouts this time, just in case if I wanted to invite anybody, but it didn't. Like usually the chat shows up on the side for me. So let me see right here real quick. Yo, man. Oh, hey, shout out to everybody who, damn, bro. We already got some people in here. Shout out to the best selling manga in history Kogami, Hazy, Zach Zoro, Kintoki Sensei, Fabian, Wither Jockey, Scarlet D Killer, Miyamoto Musashi, Austin, Miggs, Undisputed, Kevin, wearing like swimmer coach, Aidan Kalian, The Shadow, Michael Mickles. Hey, shout out to Michael Mickles, man. He missed out in the last two streams, but he's here for this one, coach. He's here for this one, man. Let's go ahead and talk about chapter 920, man. Well, actually, before I talk about chapter 920, just a quick thing, because I was talking about this in the beginning of the stream, but if worst case scenario, where I live is about to get hit by a hurricane in the next like 2 days. So if you don't hear from me, yo, just know that like Zoro, just like last year and the year before and all the other years in the past, man, just like Zoro, bro, I'm gonna live through it and I'm gonna say nothing happened, man. That's all I'm gonna say, coach. That's all I'm gonna say, man. It is what it is. It's the decision of living here, you know, but it is about to happen. And just in case worst case scenario, power goes out, it would suck because I wouldn't be able to play Jump Force this weekend, which I really, really hope that I get that beta code tomorrow. But worst case scenario, if the power goes out, man, if that is the worst case scenario during a hurricane, then you know that's wonderful. You know, no damage to the house, no damage to the family members and that stuff. So just keep my family in your thoughts and your prayers, man, because as always, it's a crazy time. It's a crazy time. But off of that, man, let's talk about the best selling manga in history, bro. Let me see. Yo, shout out to Ronan Midori, man. Shout out to Ronan Midori coming in clutch with a $10 super chat, bro. I really do appreciate it. It says the retainer with the straw hat is most likely Tengu / Hitetsu. He survived the fire and wears a mask to hide his burns. I like it. And that's why we didn't see his face. That's fascinating, Ronan, man. Thank you very much for telling me that, because for the past couple of days, I've been thinking of a couple different possibilities. You know, of course, the obvious Shiki comes to mind. The obvious, the individual that was with Crocus in the color page, which a lot of people indicate is Shiki. But if it's not Shiki, then you know that individual could have been him as well. Of course, just like you said, he Tetsu as well. But holy flagnards, man! That just the way that you explained it was really well put. Because if he would have survived the fire and on some Makoto Shishio stuff, puts on the mask, man, the bandages, he comes out in there and they're like swimwear, yo. So thanks a lot for the comment and for the $10 super chat, Ronan Midori, bro. I really do appreciate it, dog. Let me see. All right, let me open up the Discord, because I would have missed that had I not gone back into the chat. So to my mods, man, Discord, if there's a donation and I'm reading the chapter, please let me know, yo. Please let me know. Or if there's anything, whatever. I'll have Discord open just in case, audio goes off or video starts going wild or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So, but let's dive right into the awesome sauce, man, with chapter 920. All right, so right here, first of all, this individual right here, Goemon from Nara, is an amazing individual because, and you know that Oda purposefully took this out of this huge thing of emails that he probably has. I mean, Oda gets massive amounts of emails, man. Requests, questions, from extremely bizarre to extremely hype. I mean, people are awesome, bro. They have some incredible things cooking up in the noggin. And this individual, knowing how much of a tease it was last week, they wouldn't get to see these two characters come together. It is, and shout out to Laz earlier today on Twitter, posting that one legendary panel from Enies Lobby with Zoro and Sanji, man, coming up into like Swimwear in the cut, bro. Sodom and Gomorrah behind, I love that portion of any. I mean, I love all of Enies Lobby, obviously, but like that entire portion leading up into the standoff. Oh, but overtaken, bro. I'm here with you too. I was listening to that soundtrack earlier. I'm here with you too. Such a legendary soundtrack. But yeah, man. Shout out to Goemon from Nara, because that not only is that a beast name, shout out to Lupin the Third, but Zoro and Sanji fighting even in their dreams. It was awesome sauce. And it was really cute because you had like Chopper cheering on Zoro in his dream, like, yeah, man, that's the brother. That's the brother. You know what I'm saying? And then Nami. I think what's so funny about it is that Nami he's hopping, she's hopping on Sanji, and in the background you just see a random like Zoro with a huge thing in the back of his head. Yo, really funny stuff, man. Really funny stuff. So let's go ahead and go right into the very first page. I have to give the huge props, man, to Stephen Paul, the official translator for One Piece and Weekly Shonen Jump. He did an excellent job with having a lot of the dialogue really flow extremely well, because I know how difficult it is at times to in order to structure dialogue / exposition in a way to where it's easy to follow, especially when there's a lot of it. I know that's an issue a lot of people have with Hunter x Hunter, but by God, both and I wish I knew who translated One Piece for like J-Box or Manga Stream or whatever. But I know Stephen Paul because I listen to the One Piece podcast. So shout out to everybody who worked in this chapter across all fields, because they did a fantastic job and really translating and allowing us to understand the exposition at hand, man. So shout out to them. So first of all, man, just the entire first 2 pages in a whole, I love this story about Odin, man. My man Kozuki Odin. And not only, I mean, this entire chapter was about, not the entire chapter was about hyping him up, more so, about respecting the legend of Odin, man. And after this chapter, I do believe whenever we get that, and whenever we end up getting that flashback, that inevitable flashback, I think Odin might end up being one of my favorite characters, man. I really do. This man charmed Roger, Whitebeard. He is the reason that Toki decided to stay in this timeline after she was going through years and years and years and years. And she was like, she met Odin, had 2 babies, and was like, I'm here. This is my husband. This is my man. If this is where it ends, I'm ending it here with him. And I'm like, dog, because she could have easily went to another timeline. Easily spread a couple years into the future. But we'll get to that later, man. And I can't wait. To see the flashback for that. I ain't gonna lie, man. I have a little bit of a weak side when it comes to romance stuff like that. Like, it gets to me. It gets to me. It's certain romances are really goat, and they cause for some extremely emotional moments. So, shout out to Your Lie in April and Blue Spring Ride, man. Nana, good series, bro. Good series. But anyways, the Legend of Odin, man, just great stuff. And once again, this Ashura Doji character that Odin is fighting as he's on his Yusuke Urameshi stuff, man, taking on everything and everyone. This dude, his entire design reminds me of Kaido's from the first time that we got to see a silhouette from him back in Post-Indies lobby, and I found that to be fascinating. And then his hairs and some gym-based stuff. So because he's silhouetted, it's almost a guarantee that we're going to be seeing him later on in the series. And I also find it fascinating how in this very page we got to see the individuals that would come later on whenever they move forward 20 years to come help them and say that they are retainers of Odin, and it's showing it right here, like, and it was really cool showing that progression from there whenever Odin first got to Kuti and started changing everything through his charisma, through the way that he is, for the fact that he actually cared about these individuals and saw the good in them rather than the bad, and really saw the potential and created something great out of this. Those stories are always fantastic, man. Those stories are always great. Whenever you take these individuals that are that like nobody else wants, man, that are the outsiders, and somebody gathers them all together and says, no, I see the potential in you, dog. I see the potential in you. I'm going to take you to bigger and greater things you could have ever imagined, man. Somebody that believed in them, coach. And that's why I really do think that Odin's going to end up being one of my favorite characters. It's kind of like the same feel that I had right before we got into Marineford with Whitebeard. Like, I just knew that Whitebeard was going to be a GOAT, man. I knew. And I'm pretty sure all of you knew as well. But with Odin, I think for just what I like in characters, I think he's going to end up being one of my favorites, just based off of this. So it was really cool. These two pages right here, showing how we got the title of the Daimyo of Kuri and whatnot. Even how we created the Paradise Farm. Just really, really cool stuff. And, of course, also getting the revelation of Kozuki Sukiyaki. And I'm pretty sure we're going to be seeing more of him later on, of course, with the bolded text to his name. So really looking forward to seeing that. And it's also really, really cool that these individuals respect them so much that they don't even call it Kuti Castle, man. They call it Odin Castle. So that was really dope. Now then, we go into the next page, and I can almost guarantee, I'm going to read this verbatim from Viz. Kinemon states, they dug out a river, built a dock, and connected to other towns and people. Lord Odin loved to say, it's too cramped. I can almost guarantee you that it's too cramped line is going to end up being mad emotional when we get to that flashback, bro. I can almost guarantee you, because it would be the most One Piece thing to introduce something like that and then have it be mad emotional during a flashback. Like, can you imagine within Odin's final words, he says that. Like, it's too cramped. That's why I want to open the borders of Wano. Because people need to go out there and adventure and really see the world. It's too cramped here in Wano, man. Like, I guarantee it's going to lead to an extremely emotional moment, and I cannot wait for it, bro. I cannot wait for it, man. What do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about the possibility of Odin saying that, like, in his last words? And it's also fascinating to me that Momo, according to what I know, Momo didn't hear the last words, right? Because it stated that it was those 5, which, if the last one, according to Ronin, really is Hitetsu, then it'll be Hitetsu, Kanjuro, Raizo, Kinemon, and Kiku, right? That were there in front of him whenever he was stating these last things, and of course Nekomamushi and Arashi as well. But man, dude, those last words from Odin are about to be some Roger stuff, man. On some legendary Roger stuff, bro. Yo, thanks a lot to Derek, man, for the $10 super chat, bro. I really do appreciate it, my friend. He says, yo, times have been tough for me lately. Sometimes it seems this One Piece community is the best thing I got going. Thanks for greatness, Recon. It's much appreciated. Also, Zoro is soloing Jack. Soloing Jack. I'm there with you, bro. Listen, man. I always hype up the Straw Hats, especially post time skip, bro. And anytime that I'm with anybody, bro, I say, look, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, bro. Because if like, for example, Sanji lights up the SIG, Zoro puts on the bandana, Luffy puts on the hat. Either that or he takes off the hat and gets his fist. You see the vein popping from you see Chopper get kind of walk to the Frankie House stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I always hype them up, bro. So for me, I already see them the way I see them at the end of the series. So I'm like, Luffy ain't losing to nobody, Sanji ain't losing to nobody, Zoro ain't losing to nobody. So it's just the way that it is in my brain. So hey man, if Zoro solos Jack, I'll take it. I'll take, because I'm expecting Luffy to take out Kaido, bro. I'm expecting this man to dethrone Kaido, bro, from where he is. So how that's gonna happen? I have no flipping clue, but I believe in the king. I believe in the king, and I believe in his crew, dog. But yeah, Derek, man, I really do appreciate the $10 super chat, and thank you for sharing that with us, because I know how that is, man. I know how it is to go through a tough situation, and for One Piece, not only One Piece, but the community as a whole, to be like the one good thing that is currently happening at this point in time in your life, man. And it helps you to get through those situations and to continue moving forward, man. So thank you for having trust in us to share that with us, man. I really do appreciate it. I hope your situation gets better. And please let me know in the near future if your situation has gotten better, man, because I always see you around, yo, and you seem like a pretty awesome dude. So I hope everything gets better for you, Derek, bro. Let me see. Exactly, bro. Michael Mickles understands what I'm saying, yo. Brooke fought a Yonko, bro. Young lady. Young lady, bro. Let him know, Michael, bro. Let him know, coach. Let him know. Let me see. Odin saying those are as those last words would show that he's honorable. It also goes back to what he taught you till he saw my person's true colors revealed in his deathbed. Yo, that is a good point, Zach Zora. Bro. I didn't even think about it in that manner. That's a hard shoot. That is an extremely hard shoot. Thank you for that comment, yo. I didn't even think about it in that light, bro. That's interesting. Like it's not me any Itachi comment. All right, so going back over here, we see that Zoro, like always, I mean, we expected it to happen, bro. Yo, I can't lie, man. The reason why I put Zoro in the thumbnail is because he just looks so fresh in this outfit, bro. I mean, my man got the clean cut, he got the fade, bro. He looks like he just came straight out the shop. Then he's got this nice gear, man. And he's got the robe coming out from the back. He's got the kimono with the three. He just looks beast, dog. We're more beast than usual. Zoro is always looking beast. And I was like, yo, man, the man, I couldn't stop looking at this panel, bro. So I immediately went on and I started to try to find some really nice Zoro wallpapers, bro. Because I was like, after I saw this, I was like, man, somebody on DeviantArt had to have colored this, bro. They had to have colored this, man. But so yeah, I found a couple of them. Yeah, the reason why I had to put this as a thumbnail is because he just looks too beast, bro. Zoro looks way too beast in this panel, right here. Let me see. Flipping the flag. Notice I lost. Oh yeah, but yeah. But one thing that I caught better while reading it in the Viz than I did while reading it originally was whenever Zoro states, "Can't believe that Komainu actually got lost with me riding on it." Whereas I thought that Zoro himself was the one that was like telling the Komainu to go a certain way, when it was the Komainu that also got lost alongside him. So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting on seeing where Zoro ends up. I'm pretty sure he's going to end up on Onigashima. I would not doubt it whatsoever. If Zoro's the first one to arrive on Onigashima, man, it'll be a lot of fun, yo. It'll be a lot of fun seeing how that ends up, bro. I just going back to the Jack thing, bro. I really can't wait to see him again. And I think the reason why I'm so excited to see Jack again is because it took an island to take this man out last time. You know what I'm saying? And with the amount of hype surrounding him, of course, like he is a part of Kaido's calamities. But even apart from that, man, like he always just had a beast design to me. I've always enjoyed the Zoan / mythical Zoan type of characters in One Piece, and those fruits, like with Marcos. And I really like the whole mammoth concept. So I want to see Jack again, man. Even if it's not like in a fighting role, which we're gonna get the fight eventually. I want to see Jack again, bro. I always thought his design was cool, and it just would be nice to see him in the manga again. So then the next page, yo, we have this amazing monologue from Inarashi, man. Amazing monologue. This junk really hit me in my feels, bro. Whenever I was first reading this, and even whenever I was rereading it, it still got to me, man. Because, he states, they feared us as the talking dog and the talking cat. But Lord Odin was the only one that like saw us different, bro. And then we got this one panel that says, shame on all of you. Your fear of the alien exposes your ignorance, man. Like y'all are so ignorant, bro. Like, come on, man. They are living beings as well. It just seemed like Odin was always the type of person. And my favorite thing about this is that Odin came straight from the top, bro. And he was the son of the Shogun. And he still felt this way about everybody, man. I can't wait to see Odin's flashback. Bro, I'm telling you, he's going to end up being top 10 for me. And that's going to be hard, bro, because God knows I love my One Piece characters, man. But I feel it. I feel it in my soul, man. I mean, just with his name. His name is from my second favorite soundtrack in the anime, bro. Golden Odin, bro. His name is Odin Kozuki. Odin, bro. So, I can't wait, man. I really, really can't wait for that flashback. He was our savior. He was a true hero. He was our master. Let me go on to the next page real fast. Let me see. Come on, coach, man. It got stuck again. All right. Let me see. Let me try refreshing. Yo, while I try refreshing this, I have what's going on at Pro Zypher, bro? What's good, my boy? Let me see. Paragon says, thanks for reacting to the episode when Katakuri said, oh, donuts, I died laughing. Dude, I was dead, bro. I mean, it's flipping Gintoki singing a donut song, bro. Yo, the way they handled that entire episode, give me a second, I'm gonna get my charger. My laptop. The way that they handled that entire episode was excellent, man. So many awesome scenes. But that the Merienda scene in particular was it was spot on. It was GOAT, man. I ended up rewatching that episode a couple times. Really, really good stuff. Specifically certain scenes. Excuse me, really, really good stuff. But Paragon, man. I'm always up for live reactions to the anime, bro. Y'all just gotta let me know. I was actually thinking about just saying screw it and going back to doing anime episode videos after that. I was like, man, dude, that episode was so fire that I wanted to bring it back completely to the channel again. You know what I'm saying? It's difficult right now with how the Saturday situation is, but with my job and whatnot. But by God, I loved it, yo. That was a really, really good episode. Let me see. Devon Johnson says OP is going to be lit from now till the EOS. Yo, One Piece has always been lit, man, but there's no question that it's just going to continue to get more and more lit from here to end of series, bro. Absolutely. Luffy kicking, yes, outstanding nose, bro. Yo, those were the scenes that really, really got to me from an animation standpoint. The movement of the limbs of the body parts when Katakuri was kicking the flagnarts out of Luffy, man. I felt the pain, bro. I felt the pain, man. Excellent direction in that particular portion of the episode. That was absolute greatness. Yo, Yak Attack, bro, what's good? This is the flashbacks. This arc might be the best we've seen so far in the series. I'm so ready for it. Absolutely. Like I was telling Laz and I were on a call last night, and we were talking about how the flashback in Wano has the potential to be on the same level as like the Calgara Noland flashback back in Skypiea, which is one of my personal favorites. And if it ends up being anything near that, then it's going to be greatness. And I know it's going to be greatness, man. I just know if Oda is slowly but surely giving us insight, but he's not giving us a full flashback, I already know it's going to be GOAT, man, whenever it does go down. Let me see some. Come on, coach. It's still not loading, man. I apologize, guys. I think it's because I gotta log back in. Give me a sec, yo. Come on, coach. This Dr. Stone cover for the for Shonen Jump this week looks so beast. Makes me want to read. It makes me want to check it out. All right, here we go. Okay, so right here we see the double page spread from the chapter that was pretty interesting because this is something that Oda, I feel like he does often. He just doesn't do it in this type of manner. And we see reactions from certain members of the Straw Hats. And it's like, we can tell what's going on and we can base judgment on what's going on or from what Kinemon just told them just based off of their facial expressions. Like really funny stuff, shocking stuff that makes them happy and immediately gets mad serious. And what I love about this is that it makes me even more interested in finding out more about the flashback than ever before. And that's a lot to say because I'm already mad excited for the flashback, man. But whenever Oda just continues to he inserts this and then he leaves out this, inserts this, leaves out this, and I'm like, bro, I just want to fill in the blanks, man. So this was an excellent page right here. Once again, another really good job by the Viz translation. For same thing with the other translations for doing a really good job, and for allowing us to follow the exposition as it's supposed to be followed. And that's all huge props to Oda, because on this page it would be pretty easy, or it looks like it would be pretty easy to get lost of like where you should focus first. But like right here, you obviously know that you need to go from here to here, and then I like the way he structured this page right here. I think my favorite thing about this page is the fact that it said that this man entranced Whitebeard and even charmed Roger, bro. You know what it is for something like that to happen, dog? Yo, this next page, man. Listen to me, bro. When I saw the 3 calamities, mark out moment, bro. I can't wait to see these dudes in the flesh, dog. The one in the middle looks like a Cyclops from like One Punch Man, dude. The one on the left is obviously Jack, but the one on the right also looks beast too, bro. And I can't wait to see the 3 calamities. Really, it already looks like they have awesome designs. It already looks like they have some really, really beast designs. Now, for this one, I'm gonna go back to the chat, yo, for this page right here, because this page right here, I have multiple questions. So I'm just gonna read the page verbatim, and then I'm gonna ask some questions to y'all, yo. In the castle where Lord Momonosuke, his younger sister Lady Hiyori, and their mother Lady Kozuki Toki. It was difficult for me to believe, but rumor had it that Lady Toki had not been born in our era, but long, long ago. I mean, I think it's obvious at this point that they're referring to Void Century, or even before Void Century. Mankind cannot return to the past, but it can leap into the future. I have used a strange time ability to travel further and further into the future, until at last I arrived here at my final destination, to Lord Odin, you mean? Yes, and so I will stay here. Who wouldn't dare stop you? Okay, that's just so beautiful, bro. Like, she found something within Odin where I was like, I want to be with this, man. I know that I can escape this. I know that I can live on, but I don't want to imagine life without Kozuki Odin. You know how beautiful that is? And the thing is, right, is that I'm not even sure whether Lady Toki is either still alive or whether she's dead. Because, of course, if she's still alive, then the time ability still belongs to her. She managed to survive. You know what I'm saying? But if she didn't survive, then who in the ever-loving Flagnards has this ability now? You know what I'm saying? Like, who in the ever-loving Flagnards has the Toki Toki no Mi now? And what would the Toki Toki no Mi's ability even be like in terms of, like, from an awakening standpoint? You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of questions, man. A lot of questions. Let me see what y'all are saying about that. Odin already looking like the best flashback character. I agree. Outstanding, bro. I agree. Yeah, he truly is already looking like the best flashback character, bro. And that's saying a lot, because I love a lot of the flashback characters. Bellamere, Corazon, flipping Nolan and Calgara, Nico Olvia, Jaguardi Saul, flipping. I mean, so many awesome characters, bro, in the flashbacks in the series. And it's like, this man Odin could possibly surpass them all. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Odin is that good in bed. Yo! Oh, man. That probably is a shoot. Yo. Outstanding says, if Toki's from the Void Century, I'm going to lose it. Yo, listen. I'm not going to say it's a for sure thing, but I think that's where Oda's going with it. I think that's where Oda's going with it. What would be interesting about it is, if she's still alive, the amount of stories that she could tell would be would be absolutely insane. And then what about Lady Hiyori, bro? Yo, I think out of all of the theories I've seen this week, the ones that have fascinated me the most are the Hiyori theories. I mean, I saw some people telling me that it could possibly be Nami. I saw some people telling me that it could possibly be Otama's mother. I mean, really, really out there, but stuff that I can't dismiss because I'm like, yo, it's right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, if the pieces were put together, it could make sense. And I'm like, by the flag nards, man. So I'm interested on seeing y'all's thoughts on that too when it comes to Hiyori. That entire page is fascinating because, like I said before, it doesn't feel like Hiyori died after that. And why is it that Hiyori did not go with them anyway? I mean, if this is somebody's, this is, I mean, just imagine you with your child. Wouldn't you send both of them to the future, not just one? I mean, I understand Lady Hiyori was as implied pretty much to be a newborn, but you want to save them both. So it's interesting. It's interesting. I'm finding out who Lady Hiyori is going to end up being because I'm pretty sure she's not dead. So I'm interested on seeing who she's going to end up being in the future. We'll see. We'll see, yo. It was it's been a fascinating week. Yo, Shamarks knows, bro. Clover the goat. Clover the goat, bro. Professor Clover, the legend. For all we know, Toku can be a D. That is a fact. Yeah. Zypher, bro. Nami, man. Nami. There was a couple of really, really interesting theories. And I wasn't on board. I mean, I'm still honestly not. I'm not on board of the whole situation of Nami's past having even more implication, or for it going further past whenever Bellamere rescued her as an orphan. But and another thing is that just based off of age, I'm not sure if that would compute as well when it comes to the way, like, for if let's just say if that is a possibility. I'm not even sure if the ages would add up because yes, that was 20 years ago. I don't know. I don't know, yo, because it's fascinating. It's interesting to think about, but I'm not on board with it. But if it does happen, I already know Oda would make me like it. So it's the thing it is. Sawyer laid out how Hiyori could easily be Tama. I gotta watch that Sawyer video then. That sounds pretty fascinating. Shuten Maru. Shuten Maru as well, yo. Shuten Maru is a character that of course has been pretty heavily implied to be pretty important so far here in Wano, and we know nothing about Shuten Maru. So interesting. My crazy theory is Kuina. Kuina, yo. He already ended up in the in the Seirei, bro. He already chilling the Seirei, yo. Straight up in the cut, coach. In the Seirei. Let me see. Yo, Family Guy 10 Rosinante. Thanks a lot for stopping by, yo. Let me see. If there's a fruit that only allows somebody to travel forward in time, then wouldn't there have to be another fruit that only goes back? I may be overthinking it. So you're seeing it's like a half and half thing, to where if there's one that goes to the future, then there has to be one that goes to the past. But I think that when it comes to what Roger stated in his speech, that there's certain things that cannot be stopped. I really do think that that flow of time thing is something that Oda is going to specify here. Because imagine how emotional a story, right? For with with Lady Toki, for instance. Imagine an emotional story whenever somebody can go and play around with time as much as they want. But there comes a point in time where they reach somebody that like they love or whatnot, and they just say screw the ability. It doesn't even like who cares about it anymore. And I feel like that works. A story like that within One Piece works better off with an ability that can only go into the future than one that can go in just nonstop into the past. I just there's something about that Roger speech from whenever Dragon showed up in Logue Town, that whole flow of time thing, that is why I strictly believe that we will not be going back at all. It's just gonna be straight up just going forward. But that's just my take on it. Here's my take on it. Okay. So yeah, and then we go right here into the next page, and we actually get to see how they get sent to 20 years into the future. And I mean, I just love Kenny Moan's final words to her, man. I mean, you see the tears coming out of his eyes. It's like, but if we truly left into the future and we would find a way to finish Lord Odin's wish and strike down Orochi and Kaido so that this country could be opened at last. I mean, it's just, that means so much to them, bro. I leave Momonosuke in your hands. That part in particular is so fascinating to me. It's like, I leave Momonosuke in your hands, but what about Hiyori? Like, wouldn't you want to ensure the safety of both of your children? It's fascinating. This entire next portion, to me, just it hit home, man. It hit home. The next like 4 pages. Of course, because of earlier on in the chapter, whenever we see these characters that were directly influenced by Odin. I mean, you saw them; they were one of those delinquents that were outsiders, that were cast away by everybody. But because Odin believed in them, they managed to reach their potential. But right here, in these next 4 pages, for those of us that have been reading One Piece for a long time, and honestly, even for those of y'all that just recently caught up, because of the way that One Piece is written, I feel like this would equally hit anybody emotionally. The journey that is this series, man. When you see a panel like this, it hits home hard, bro. Seeing everything and how it got to where it is that we saw them, Raizo and Zoe, Conjuro and Dressrosa, Kinemon and Punk Hazard, and you see the struggle that these guys have been in, man. My boy Sal in the OPDF posted a beautiful page from Punk Hazard. I gotta pull out that page, man. I believe it's in volume 70, if I'm not mistaken. I gotta pull out this page, bro. Because, yo, man, looking at this page after reading this chapter, it hits home like 10 times more. At least for me, bro. At least for me, it truly does. Let me find this page, man. Yeah, this is the chapter. This is the chapter, yeah. Yeah. Where is it? Right here. Right here, bro. Right here. Right here. Let me pull up the camera. This one right here, bro. Whenever they get offered food and they're refusing it at first, but then this man Kinemon says legendary words, bro. This man said, "Let us choose to live, Momonosuke, bro." After everything they'd gone through, man, for me to go back and read this, he's telling him it's all right to eat. This one too. They're all delectable dishes in truth. Let us be indebted to them for this meal. My life was saved as well on this island. We can trust these people. Have you not eaten until today, have you? You've been strong. It must have been hard. But it is all right now. We must have faith they are also alive and well. That they are also alive and well, man. I mean, Oda already had it all planned, bro. God, man. And then Sanji, of course, asking the question that all of us had at the time, like, what happened to them? And of course, we know what happened to them now, man. But whenever my man Sal posted that panel of him saying, let's choose to live, Momonosuke, after all they'd been through, man, it was just so good, bro. So good. This is why I always say that rereading One Piece it to me sometimes honestly feels like it's better than it was whenever I first initially read it, because you pick up on stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? Especially like the later you get into the series, um, and you look back on certain things, you're like, by God, man, what an incredible portion of the series, bro. But I just wanted to talk about that, man, because it has been quite an amazing journey with Kinemon and Momo, bro. Going back all the way to 2012 and following their adventure and their journey from here, and those panels, they really really hit home from an emotional standpoint, man. But I just wanted to share that with y'all, because that was crazy, man. Absolute greatness. Toki is Dio confirmed. Let me see. The only series that can pass the inspection test of greatness with flying colors. That's a shoot, man. That's a hard shoot, baby. Let me see. The time fruit reverses the time of the user. Reversed her time before she ate the fruit. The time fruit reverses the time of the user. Reversed her time to before she ate the fruit. Well, buy Flagnards, man. Let me see. This Oda is definitely an alien. Humans don't think that. Yeah, I've been saying that for years, dog. I've been saying that for years. Nami is Kaido's and Toki's daughter. I mean, is that a shoot? Is that a shoot, nasty man? I mean, it would explain why Nami is GOAT. You know, being a child of those two legends. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Hello, yo, what's going on, Marco Santos? Yo, Smiley. I'm happy you were able to make it to the live stream, yo. I'm happy you were able to make it to live. Let me see. Let me see. I feel you, Recon. I appreciate Fishman Island even more than before. Every single time that I reread Fishman Island, my appreciation for it just grows more and more, man. Every single time, bro. Such a fantastic arc, dog. Uzumaki Khan announced Oda the best. Oh yeah, I saw that title. Bro. I saw that title. Let me see. Recon, are you watching any new anime this season? I have not. I've not watched anything, but I am planning on watching Trigger's new anime, SSS Gridman. I want to watch that, and I want to watch. I want to check out Radiant because I heard the creator is a One Piece fan, so he must be a good man. So I want to watch that, and then I want to watch Flipping Flag. And there was one more that I wanted to check out from, of course, non JoJo TG, like the series that I've already existed before, like Tokyo Ghoul. I'll be watching Tokyo Ghoul. The soundtracks are too goat for me not to watch it, even though the content is probably gonna be dookie because it's gonna have to rush like 70 chapters. It's a thing, but I'll be watching that. I'll be watching JoJo, no question. I'm not sure about anything else, but then out of the new ones, I kind of want to check out Radiant. I heard that Goblin Slayer was pretty solid, but I'm not sure. I don't know anything about it. And I'll be watching Attack on Titan, of course, still, but that's part of last season. And then what was the other show I said that I wanted to watch? Oh, SSS Gridman, because they're made by Trigger, and anything by Trigger I watch, even if it ends up being garbage. Let me see. All right, so let's go right into to finish this off, and then, all right, yo. So here we get into the last page, into the last 2 pages. Now, listen, man. Right here, it is stated that it is one of the greatest importance that our plan not be exposed. This is One Piece. Their plan's gonna be exposed. On our side will be Sir Luffy and his Stride crew, Sir Law and his Heart Pirates, the Mink powers of Duke Dogstorms, Musketeers, and Cat Viper's Guardians, and the various samurai we are rousing who have the will to fight back. Our ideal number is 5,000 strong, however, we do not wish for war. Whenever you say our ideal number is 5,000 strong, what is the first thing that comes to mind? The Flipping Alliance, man. And I guarantee you, well, actually, give me 1 second. Yo, my boy Sanji coming in clutch. with the $5. I believe that's $5 Canadian, right? Super chat. I love that profile picture of that Robin greatness. Thank you very much, my boy Sanji. He says, "Yo," for the awesome sauce, man. For the best-selling manga in history, bro. But I really do appreciate the donation, my boy Sanji, man. Thank you so much. Once again, I love that profile picture. Robin looks mad cute in that. I believe that is the whenever she says that flipping Kurionosuke is cute in Zoe. I believe that is that page. And the reason why I know this is because I just recently rewatched Zoe. So I believe that is from there. So yeah, let me go back into the thing. So based on the alliance, if the alliance shows up, it has to be connected to this. Y'all have to remember this, bro. It might not be in this volume. No. Where is it? It's probably in this volume. All right, dude. It has to be connected to this, bro. It's got to be connected to this. I went too far. Come on, coach. Right here. If the alliance shows up, which is pretty much almost a guarantee for me at this point, then it's got to be connected to this, bro. The narrator states in chapter 800, 7 odd and mighty warriors labeled themselves as the followers of Straw Hat Luffy. After this moment, they will each grow in power until they eventually cause a great incident of historic proportions. But for the moment, that is a story no one yet knows about. Listen, with all the players I expect to be here at Onigashima, if this isn't something of historic proportions, I don't know what is, coach. I don't know what is. So the alliance is going to be coming in strong. I have almost no question about that. This is One Piece. But what I am curious about is what they're going to do beforehand. Because Kinemon states in the next panel, he says, we must gather information in absolute secrecy and assemble a calculated plan to behead the enemy leadership. By gathering information in absolute secrecy, does that mean we're going to be going around the island on some Solid Snake stuff, gathering information? Are we going to be sending people, from over here to over here to over here to over here? Or, what exactly does he mean by that? Are we going to see all that go down to where we see like the stealth mission between all of the Straw Hats and the Heart Pirates and the Samurai going on and gathering this information? Or are we just going to skip forward 2 weeks? But before I get into that, let's read this final page. Then he states that the time is 2 weeks since on the night of the Fire Festival, we will travel to Kaido's base of Onigashima, the Island of Ogres, and carry out a raid. Now then, let's talk about what I'm mad excited to talk about, man. Now, I'm pretty sure that all of us are on the same mindset. That because it states that it's going to be in 2 weeks, we know that based off of chapter 908, the Reverie is ending in 1 week. So either, regardless of whether we decide to go back to Reverie, or if the effects and what happens in Reverie, we see the effects of it in the Battle of Onigashima. And what I mean by that is, we can easily cut back to Reverie next chapter. Easily cut back to Reverie like we never left it. And see what's going down up there. Or, Oda can do an intertwining thing, where he really decides to tell a story through both parts at the same time, because they will end up impacting each other by the time they get to the Battle of Onigashima. Or Oda does not show us anything from Reverie, and when we get to 2 weeks later and we see some players from Reverie showing up again, it's going to be mad spooky. Because imagine the Caribou Shirahoshi situation that's been built up since Fishman Island actually starts going into play. And we see Shirahoshi there taken by Kaido. Or we see one of the admirals that's not supposed to be there, like a Green Bull, because now it can happen a week after Reverie would have passed. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just basing this off of how long this war that the revolutionaries are planning on doing against the Slow Dragon is gonna last. You know what I'm saying? Like, these guys could show up at any time. Anybody can realistically show up at Wano right now. Because I know we had Shanks up there. I know we have Dragon up there. I know we have Imu, Instant Messenger Sama up there. The Goros, the Admirals. I know we have them all up there. But in a week's time, to get to Onigashima, I think they can do it, Coach. I think they can do it, man. I'm just really, really interested on how Oda's gonna go about this. Because I know that in his head, with all the build-up from the beginning of the time skip till now, with how the editors say this is going to be the most epic arc since Marineford, with the fact that this man has been wanting to write this arc for over 10 years, possibly even longer because of the way that the arc is, probably been wanting to write this arc since the beginning of the series. So with that being said, just so much can go down, bro. So many unexpected players. And I'm not just talking about Marco and Weevil here. I'm not just talking about Marco, Weevil, and these guys showing up. And Big Mom, which we know wants to come in there and get a piece of the pie. I'm not talking about that, bro. Can you imagine the amount of insanity that would go down if Kizaru actually shows up like he said he was going to? Can you imagine the amount of insanity? The amount of insanity. If another emperor gets into play, bro, whether it be Shanks or flipping Blackbeard. And we have not just 3 emperors, but 4 in one place at one time, bro. If the place still stands after one of them breathes, then the place is more durable than anything I've ever seen. I just really want to know how Oda's gonna get to that, and what type of story elements are gonna be intertwining between Reverie and Wano by then. Because going to that last page where we see Onigashima and we see the ships heading towards Onigashima, y'all know me, man. I have been advocating and continuously saying that the final panel from chapter 795, where it says that Kaido's been or if it's either on land, sea, or air, always been on Kaido. I think Oda's real deal gonna give us that. I think we're real deal gonna be fighting Kaido on land, on sea, and in the air. And I remember somebody in my comments last week stated that this could lead towards naval battles. I would love that. We need Jinbei back for that. Remember, I would love naval battles. So we're gonna be fighting. If this is a shoot, we fight Kaido on all 3, land, sea, and air. Oh man, dude. I mean, I'm already hyped enough for this arc as it is, because of the implications it's going to have to the future of the story with the Kozuki clan, with the flashback that's inevitable at this point, with the characters that we already have, with the outfits that they're going to have. Just everything about this arc I'm already loving so far, and it feels like it's just a prologue to what the greatest is about to happen. And that's what I'm so shook about, bro, is how the Reverie, because now with Oda saying 2 weeks, legit anything is possible. And I don't think I've felt this way as a One Piece fan in this whole anything is possible thing since chapter 597, which is 3D2Y. It's the last chapter before the time skip. Because we real deal had no idea what Oda was going to do when he came back from that. No idea. No idea. Because, of course, we knew that they would be meeting up again in 2 years at Sabaody, but then what after that, bro? Who was going to be at Sabaody? You know what I'm saying? What were they going to do directly after? Who's going to be at Fishman Island? Like after Marineford, bro, we were like, holy, like stuff is about to go down. Mad theories. And I feel like where we are right now in the story, it feels just like that. So we have this deadline. We have these two weeks. 2 weeks before for this moment. And so much could happen between them, man. So much can impact the rest of the story, bro. And I'm mad excited, man. I gotta see what y'all are saying, dog, for this whole thing, because this junk is gonna be madness, man. It's gonna be absolute madness, bro. Preparing for the Palace invasion. Yeah, Family Guy. Shout out to the Chimera arc. That's exactly that's how I feel about it too, man. Remember Uchiha Shadow told me that same thing on Twitter, or I believe it was on Twitter and YouTube, telling me how it's probably gonna be reminiscent to the Palace invasion in that arc. Let me see. Walk to Kaido's house. Yo, outstanding nose, bro, with the overtaken thing in the background. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Greatness. Remember Caribou Recon? Yeah, absolutely. I'm still not letting go of Caribou. I'm not letting go of Caribou or the entire Shirohoshi storyline. Not letting go of any of that. Not at all. Moria gone yesterday. Just brought up Moria. We gotta see Moria too, Coach. And people dislike Moria someone while Chinless and turn around once once he returns in prime swole form. Should they be seen as legitimate Gecko fans? I don't know, man. That's a good question. The same thing with what's his face with Kid, with like Kid D Eustace at this point in time. So like everybody's taking a dump on him, but if he does something goat, man, I don't know what's gonna happen. I agree about the intertwining idea. Like they mentioned someone specific and they show up to Wano during the 2 weeks until the raid. It's exactly yak, bro. Exactly, man. Yo, man, y'all gotta relax on this Blackbeard thing, bro. Y'all know how much I love Blackbeard, bro. Silhouettes of this man have me almost like flipping everything on sight, bro. It's Blackbeard and Shanks that always have me really, really scared for my equipment. Because these two characters are always so good to me, bro. I'm so glad that I was not doing reactions during Impel Down. Because when this meant Blackbeard showed up in front of Luffy, bro, I can't even begin to explain. I mean, I cannot even get to explain the amount of hype, bro, that was rushing through the veins. I love Blackbeard, bro. And the fact that we have not seen him post time skip just tells me that Oda's saving it for a very special occasion, man. Laz and I were talking about last night that what about if he's saving Blackbeard for Raftel, you know? But I feel like, excuse me, at this point, what better way if he's not waiting for Raftel, if he's not waiting for first, it's like something massive, what better way than right here in the Battle of Onigashima? But at the same time, there's going to be so many big things going on that if we don't see Blackbeard, I'm not going to say he wouldn't be missed, because of course I would miss him. I've been missing him for years. But there's going to be so much going on that he's the ultimate opportunist, bro. Like with all this chaos going down, how could he not capitalize on it? You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. We'll see what happens here. Yo, what if all the emperors show up, bro? Relax. Relax. All the emperors in one panel, bro. It's too much. It's too much, bro. I don't even know what I would, bro. Like, I every single time I see one of these dudes, my blood pressure skyrockets. I'm already scared for Kaido and Big Mom and Luffy in their inevitable clash in this arc. But if you include Shanks and Blackbeard in that too, good God, man. Yo. Yeah, Kogami said, Akainu warned the men, but you don't care, bro. Kizaru's up in the cut, dog. Kizaru's that's going to look somewhere too, bro. Oh, man. I'm telling you. Let me see. King, I'm worried about you. The hype is unreal. It's okay, bro. If there's any series that I'll risk my health on, man, it's flipping One Piece. Mori and Big Mom in the same place. Yeah, good point. Good point, Paragon. Good point, yo. Oh man, yo. Let me see. Do you think there's a chance of seeing the next ancient weapon in Wano? Yes, Hazy. I think there is a huge possibility about that. I just don't know if Oda is saving because Wano's been built up for so long. I can see some sort, if not the ancient weapon itself, more insight into the ancient weapons as a whole, as a thing in the series. more insight, maybe even into the creation of these things, and more insight into why they exist in the first place for these ancient weapons. I feel like we'll be getting more insight into that in this arc rather than actually seeing one. I feel like we'll be seeing one in Elbaf, ancient weapon wise. But for this arc, I mean, if we do see them, or if we do see one, that would be flipping awesome. But I think overall, for the category that is the ancient weapons, I feel like we'll be getting more insight into the backstory, why these things exist, maybe possibly even creators and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Rather than the weapon itself. But we'll see what happens. King with another epic promo. We're talking about Paul Heyman levels of hype. Yo, man, it's written right there, bro. It's the way that I feel, bro. It's the way that I feel, man. Because I'm mad. Look, I was writing right here in my notes. The very first thing that I wrote, right here says Reverie ends in 1 week, and they're going to invade Kaido's palace in 2 weeks. So many possibilities. Instant messenger Sama, bro. I can't get over that flipping thing, man. The hat, Shanks and the Gorosei, and freaking instant messenger Sama, man. Because, I mean, y'all remember how hard we were hyping up the throne room and the possibilities of a clash between Shanks and Dragon. But just imagine that the Revolutionary Army, bro, they're declaring war on the flipping Celestial Dragons. And then a week later, we are going to be getting the battle in Onigashima. Those two incidents have to correlate. They have to come together in some way, shape, or form. How is Luffy going to find out about the aftermath of what happened there? Kuma, Bonnie. What is going to happen to the princesses that got caught up in this up there? So many things to consider, bro. Cobra. Okay, all right. I'm dropping this right. You know what? I don't know if I should say this now. I don't know if I should say it now. I was saving it for a video, bro. All I'm gonna say is, after my reread of Alabasta, I have different thoughts on not only the identity of Instant Messenger Sama, but the impact that the Reverie might have on certain things that we already know in this series once we truly get to find out who Instant Messenger Sama is. But I think I want to save that for a separate video because I'm still doing research on it. I'm currently continuing my reread, and through everything, I mean, anything now that I'm reading in early parts of One Piece, I'm always thinking back to Instant Messenger Sama. I'm like, where's the clues? Where's the clues? And I've seen so many, bro. I'm like, yo, this man Oda had to have known that this was clear end game. He was just waiting for it to come out, bro. When it comes to it, but I'll wait for the video. I'll wait to do a video on it because, like I said, I'm still doing research. I'm still doing research on that, and I don't just want to spout random stuff here and then come up with something later. So I'll save that for video, man. But just know, because I was really, really mad that I didn't have time to do a clear and act, because I had a lot of thoughts on Instant Messenger Sama after that chapter. But I feel like now that I've been able to really digest that and really talk to a lot of people about it and really go back and reread, I think it's time. I think it's time, man. I think it's time, yo. That man is like flipping what's his face? The boss in Detective Conan. You know what I'm saying, coach? Is a spooky dude. Chimark says, do you think an admiral will show up to confront the revolutionaries at the Reverie? I think with Fujitora and Green Bull there, I think it's almost inevitable. I think it's almost inevitable at this point. Because just think about it this way. If the Revolutionary Army, once they actually announce their presence there, because a declaration of war doesn't have to be an all-out skill attack. Just something needs to happen in order for them to know that it is a direct attack at them. Of course, slicing up the throne room or doing something with that throne room, which is a symbol, obviously, to the Celestial Dragons, would be huge. So it doesn't have to necessarily be a fight. But if the admirals find out that the Revolutionary Army is there, or they have been there, there could be a clash on sight, you know? And we already saw Sabo and Fujitora clash back in Dressrosa. So say the first time we see Green Bull is in like Green Bull and Dragon clashing or something like that. You know what I'm saying? It easily it could happen. So we'll see what happens there, man. But yo, man, bro, yo. So I told Laz this last night because we were just hitting theories back and forth. And I wish I could have him in here. It's just that my internet has been pretty slow today. I think it's because of the hurricane that's coming, and I hope it doesn't impact the stream I'm having tomorrow with Sticker Trigger, because my internet has just been really poo, man, and I hope that tomorrow that it does not mess with tomorrow's thing. But anyways, because I would love to have more people in here to discuss this, but Laz and I were talking about the possibilities that could happen here in what's about to go down. And I told him that there's a lot of stuff that can go down. But I think out of all the panels that I'm just envisioning in my mind, aside from the Straw Hat reunion, aside from anything involving Luffy and Kaido, Luffy and Momonosuke, and like a lot of these moments that I know is going to mean a lot to me overall for the series and from an emotional standpoint, it's going to hit harder because it's the Straw Hats. Everything non-Straw Hat related. Let's take the Straw Hats out. Take the plot of Wano aside. I think the number one thing that would get me hyped from Wano is if a chapter ends. Is if a chapter ends with just a black thing and the dialogue states Arada. Yo, Arada. Because you know what that would implicate, bro? That's implicating Aokiji and Blackbeard gang are coming up in there like swimwear to take what's theirs, bro. Dude, I can't even begin to explain how hyped that would be, bro. I can't even begin to explain, dog. I can't even, yo. Just thinking about it gives me chills, bro. Because we don't know anything about what's going on with Aokiji and the Blackbeard Pirates, bro. You know how hyped that'd be, dog? I'd flip and lose my mind, bro. And my interest in Aokiji, I mean, Aokiji's always been one of my favorites. My interest in Aokiji has tripled after this Blackbeard thing, right? So, God, and then we think back to to Punk Hazard, whenever he showed up, and he was having those conversations with Smoker, and it's like you know how Aokiji's heart is, man. So what would drive him to do this with Blackbeard? And it would just be so goat, because what better way to announce the Blackbeard Pirates are here than with their newest member? You know what I'm saying, bro? Good God, man. Let me see. Man, I see Aokiji, bro. I swear to God. I'm gonna make my own Santa hat. That's a shit. Yo, man. We all might have to wear Santa hats that day, man. We all might have to wear Santa hats that day, bro. It's gonna be flipping crazy, dog. One Piece greatness, man. He says replace that with she. Yo, Moria, bro. She. For a good. Looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing more from Caesar's character as well here soon. That'll be fascinating to see. Looking forward to seeing what Oda's gonna have in store for Caesar. Or Kizaru coming in like it's Saba already all over again. I strongly do believe Kizaru is gonna be there, bro. But it's gonna be. I'm interested on seeing how Oda's gonna end up handling all of this together, like in one arc. And I know he can do it because he wrote Marineford, and Marineford had some double-page spreads of legend where you can tell where all the characters are at, bro. I mean, extremely detailed double-page spreads. So I know he can do it. I just want to know how he's gonna end up like introducing all these characters. It's gonna be like a Royal Rumble, bro. Like it's another thing that I was telling Laz yesterday too is that Wano feels like the Royal Rumble before WrestleMania. We know that WrestleMania is Raftel. We know that's the end of the series. We know that it's gonna be like swimwear final arc. But Wano Real Deal feels like the Royal Rumble before Raftel, like whoever comes out of this on top is gonna have, I mean, straight up shoot. I mean, they're getting pushed to the main event of WrestleMania, and so many huge players are gonna be in store, man. And at this point, with everything that's happened so far, none of it seems out there. You know, like I can see any of these guys showing up. Wano is turning to Smash Bros. Everyone is here. That's a fact, man. Yo, can you imagine best-selling manga in history? Can you imagine a video game after Wano where Kaido is playable? Kaido's playable. Big Mom is playable. Weevil will probably be playable. Oh man, dude. And then probably like if guys like shooting Maru or Beast, Kiku will be playable. Kinemon, yeah, Odin, maybe even from like a flashback or whatever. Rocks, yo. Rocks. I saw in the River card that was translated today that Shaki's 64 years old. So going back 40 years, Shaki would have been 24 years old. Prime Shaki, bro. And then we've got to get all that too, bro. Remember that one interview with Oda where Oda said that he wants to write a story about Luffy's birth and have that intertwine with like a story about Garp? It's like, bro, it's like even after Wano, there's so much to look forward to in the series, man. This guy isn't human, bro. This guy is not human, man. Let me see. Rob Bellucci and Wano. Yo, at this point, man, it's definitely a possibility. Like in terms of after Reverie, what they're gonna have Cypherpole end up doing, who knows? Who knows? But you know how beast every week is, yo. I want as many Zoans to be here as possible because I feel like we're gonna be seeing Zoans from all different types, of course. But having by the way, before I get into Lucci, sticking on the whole Zoan concept, I heard a theory the other day talking about how Kozuki Odin could possibly be a mythical Zoan like the one in mythology, an actual Orochi that has 8 different heads, and those 8 different heads connect like underground to like a bigger being. So like 8 different people that are all Korozumi Orochi. Would y'all be interested in a concept like that? For some reason, whenever I heard about that, I was really interested and actually pushed for an idea like that because not only would we be able to see the full extent of what a mythical Zoan really is, and it would fit along with Japanese mythology, but it would be interesting on seeing how how the 8 heads of the Orochi are all different from each other. It would be like a Shinobu Sensui situation from Yu Yu Hakusho. So I'm looking forward to like what do y'all think about that? Right there. But I really liked that theory. And usually for stuff like that, I'm really hesitant and I really give it a lot of thought. But the moment I heard it, I said, "My God, that could work." Like something like that would really work, man. So I really like that theory. I wish I remembered who it was that I heard it from. I need some good Kobe Meppo content. We haven't had enough post time skip. I think we're gonna be getting some Kobe greatness soon, man. It's inevitable at this point, bro. That's another character I would love to see pretty soon. I just he's going back to New Marineford right now, but I don't know why. But the moment I said that Kobe's going back to New Marineford, I envisioned a scene with like Akainu, because you know how he's pretty hesitant on sending a bunch of people over there, right? But can you imagine something happens in Reverie that really pisses Akainu off? And he just sends a whole bunch of his men over there, bro, to where Kaido is. Yo, The Marines ending up in like swimwear, bro, but like not just single admirals, like a mass fleet of Marines. It could be a Lucci gets involved. You know what I'm saying? God, man, so this series, bro. This flipping series, dog. That gonna be destroying my brain cells. To jump off of the 8 heads of the Orochi, what if it's that he split into 8 separate people and they come together when he needs them or something like that? Like so it's 8 different people, but they all belong to the same person because they like all like the same soul type of things, with the same mind. But they're all connected to so what you're saying is that instead of them all being connected underground to this one massive snake, instead it's all them as their own separate beings that aren't connected by anything but their like the soul, in a sense. If it had some sort of connection to something like that in mythology, I think it could work. It would just depends on how Oda would write it. You know what I'm saying? You know, what if Kobe interacts with Imu? I fear for his life. I fear for his life, and I fear for Jorishe's heart if Kobe ever interacted with Imu, which I think Oda might actually be going towards. I think that would be very fascinating. Let me see. When will Buggy come and solo all of Wano? You know, I was thinking about Buggy, but for some reason, whenever I think of Buggy, I don't think we'll get a lot of Buggy content till Elbaf. I love me some Buggy, bro. I talked about it in my top 10 favorite characters video, but I really love me some Buggy, man. And to have him in Wano, of course, would be awesome. I mean, he's one of the funniest characters in anything I've ever seen. But I truly do think that Oda's gonna be saving him for Elbaf and for later on the line. But and I am a big believer of this. Let's just say, and I'm not saying that this is happening or whatever the case may be, but let's just say, let's put the thought out there that after this arc, out of the original 4 Yonko that we knew, the last remaining person that is either alive or in that position, which at this point probably have to be alive, is Shanks. Because let's say that the situation at hand what's going to happen is that Big Mom and Kaido, they both take each other out in a sense, or within all the chaos, like 2 Yonko fall in Wano. Just throwing that out there. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I actually think that is a pretty minuscule possibility. But if it does happen, along with Luffy taking Kaido's spot, I can easily see Buggy being the other. Come on. You know that Oda would write something like that, bro. You know that this man Oda would jump at the moment of making Buggy a Yonko, bro. Not only would that be hilarious, but the man has mad influence and clout, bro. Mad influence. And I know that I continue to see people say that it would be Luffy and Law that would end up being emperors. But I'm not entirely sure, man. I know Oda, bro. I know Oda. This is a comic at the end of the day. And this man loves writing comedy, bro. Buggy for Emperor, dog. Buggy for Emperor, bro. Buggy for Emperor, man. King, be careful not to overload your brain with these Wano scenarios. Bro, my brain has been overloaded with these Wano scenarios for the past God knows how long, but specifically since this chapter dropped. Just thinking about all these different possibilities. Now that it's confirmed this event is going to happen in 2 weeks. God, man. I mean, so many things, dude. It's a really exciting time. It's a really exciting time, man. And it's crazy because This entire chapter gave me so many things to just think about and really be excited for in the future of the series. Got me really excited for the Odin flashback because I can wait to learn more about his character. It got me really excited for finding out what happened to Hiyori and Toki and seeing how that's going to go down and how Oda's going to play that route and everything through that story. But it also has me really, really interested in finding out, everything that surrounding the time fruit. How truly invested, because we already know how invested Luffy was before all of this. Because we know that Luffy doesn't really listen to stuff like this in the series. Like he normally doesn't like listening to these flashbacks, right? Like we look back to whenever he walked away during during the Belmer Nami flashback. Whenever Nojiko was telling them Luffy just walked away, he said, "I don't give a flying flag, nards." When it came to Fishman Island, my man fell asleep. The fact that he stayed awake for the Odin flashback really has me curious as to how it's going to impact this. Because he didn't even know about the Mont Blanc Nolan Calgara thing in depth. He just rang that bell so that Cricket could hear it. Not even knowing the implications of how important that was to the entirety of Skypiea. So, this is, for as far as I can remember, one of the only times that Luffy actually knows the backstory of this arc and is actually genuinely interested in it. Not only is he motivated because of Tama, not only is he motivated because of Momonosuke, but now he might be triple motivated. And I can't wait to see how Oda's going to go with that and go down that route too. Because Luffy in this arc, I've seen him do quite a few things that has just really stood out to me. And it's really awesome because he's obviously such a GOAT character, but even in this arc alone, I've seen so much growth from him, man. And it's so cool. It's so cool. And that even though that's something very, very small, as if like him listening to a whole flashback, but it's big. It's huge in the long term. So I'm really curious on how motivated he truly is going to be now after hearing this flashback, And then of course with the I'm really excited for the calamities and the alliances of inevitable appearance, and of course how this thing's going to take place in the night. So Mink hype, bro. Inarashi. I'm sorry, excuse me. Inarashi and Nekomamushi greatness. Seeing Sulong Carrot again. It's gonna be sick, man. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Let me see. Then we can get Buggy versus Shanks. That's the important stuff, bro. That's the important stuff. I've been waiting for another interaction between them since Marineford, man. I love those two and their interactions, bro. They're GOAT. Smiley says, I need to know what happened to Dofi and who was that assassin? See, that's another question that Smiley brings up that is something to think about and really talk about. Because every time we think back to 906, one of the first things that we think of course, is the Straw Hat and Imsama coming up in there. We can dissect that last page as much as we want. But this assassin that's coming in, coach. And they got to deal with Magellan. So it's like, ooh. Oda doesn't put anything in there for no reason. So then the obvious thing to think about is this assassin a character that we know? Or is this assassin a new character? I don't know, coach. I don't flipping know, man. That's a really good question, Smiley. Buggy better be present in the Raftel arc, and we need to know the team will put the top 10 hype Buggy Luffy punch up team page and pull down. Without question, I think out of all the characters that I can tell you right now, will be confirmed for Raftel. I think Buggy is up there for top 5 in terms of characters that I know for a fact are going to be there at Raftel at the end. It's Buggy, Blackbeard, and Luffy that I can tell you almost 100% that they will be there. at Rafto. No question. No, he didn't. Luffy did not listen to the Otohime backstory. He fell asleep. They had to wake him up after it. And that's what I'm saying. Like, even after the time skip, even after what happened in Marineford, he was still himself, right? That's just the way Luffy is. He doesn't give a flying flag does another person's story. The fact that he was actually willing to listen this time really has me curious on how Oda wants to go about that. It's little small stuff like that, man, that goes a long way. Hazy says it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how Luffy defeats Kaido and whether or not he grants his wish of dying or simply defeats him as everyone else before did. That is a good point. Like on how Kaido himself wants to be freed from this thing of living, and that's why he continues to do everything that he does. So if Luffy were able to free him from that, that would be interesting. That would be an interesting thing to tackle as well. Where in this same arc, you'd be tackling two of the same things at one point in time. With Toki, where she has the ability to go through time, and she finally found something worth living for, and both living for and dying for. Instead of just escaping to the future, finding Odin. But for Kaido, for a being that can't die, is always searching for a way out of where he currently is. Luffy defeating him would be the equivalent of like whenever Yusuke took out Toguro. Actually being really thankful for the fact that somebody strong enough came around and was able to take him out. And for a character like Kaido, what a beast way to go out too, man. That's an interesting question, Hazy. That's a very interesting question. I'm gonna keep that in mind. Let me see. Yo, B Whistle TV was good. He says, "Don't forget the Nami flashback." Yeah, no, absolutely not. I'll never forget that because that was one of the first times where I saw a main character that just really didn't care. That's another thing that really made me love Luffy, and that's something that makes that walk to Arlong Park whenever Luffy puts the hat on Nami's head so impactful. Is that he didn't need to hear the flashback to get into he didn't need to hear the flashback to be motivated to do that to Nami. He genuinely did that because he thinks Nami was his friend. And that's why I love that scene so much, bro. He didn't need the flashback to sympathize with her. To him, Nami was already his friend. Screw the flashback. I don't need that. I don't want to know. Doesn't matter to me at all, dog. Arlong Park greatness, man. Oh, hey, B Wilson TV, bro. Thanks a lot for the $2 super chat. He says, how many men is a whole tribe of Sulongs worth? That's an interesting question. How many men is a whole tribe of Sulongs worth? Well, if we're talking about, okay, so whenever you say men, I think of like fodder pirates or fodder marines. So taking that into consideration, because I'm thinking of pirate warriors. Whenever like you play One Piece Pirate Warriors, and then you see all those fodder, you're going like 1,000 combo kill streak. I'd say that a whole tribe of Sulongs, in terms of like fodder marines, might be the equivalent of like a flipping Buster Call, bro. A whole tribe of Sulong, like as in Nekomamushi, Inarashi, Carrot, but having that as a whole tribe and all of them going in at the same time. That'd be like a Buster Call. Seriously. I mean, they could probably go in like somewhere by themselves. You know what I'm saying? The only thing is that they have a time limit. But for those of them that have trained it, like Carrot, she was pretty well new into it. But for someone like Inarashi and Nekomamushi, woo, by themselves, they go into there like somewhere, bro. So yeah, Jared Hernandez says easily 100,000. Yeah, Strike Gamer has a good point. Luffy dealt with 50,000 peons by himself. So yeah, it's definitely got to be up there in the high hundreds of thousands of men. Let me see. Buggy's gonna end with the title of Pirate King so that Luffy can achieve his true goal of being the freest man in the seas. As much as how do I put it? As much as that does fit his character, Luffy has to be Pirate King, yo. Luffy has to be Pirate King because to him, the reason why I call Luffy the king is because what the title of Pirate King means to Luffy is that no one can tell him what to do, yo. Like he has the which he already does anyway. Like no one tells Luffy what to do. But the title of Pirate King really does mean to have the freedom to do whatever you want, man. And I can relate to that so much, which is why I just love Luffy's character from the bottom of my heart. And that speech in Sabaody always gets to me. Is that this man is going after this goal, not for the riches and the treasure, whatever the case may be that's going to happen. He wants this goal so that after that, you're the freest man in the seas, bro. He can go on whatever. Which to me, that's why I call him the king already because he already does that. Like at the end of the day, a pirate king. Whenever people call him the pirate king, it's just going to be a title for him. Because to me, he already is that. He already is the freest man in the seas. Luffy does whatever the flying flagners he wants. But he wants to accomplish that goal for that purpose, to become the king of the pirates, bro. I know people ask me all the time, like, why do I already call him the king? That's why. That's why, bro. Because to me, from the very beginning of the series, he's always had that mentality. He wants to be the freest man in the seas. It already feels like it to me. It's just that by the time he became Pirate King, he would have the power, the actual ability, both the physical and maturity, the abilities and the strength to be able to actually do it, to be the freest man, to no matter what happens and what takes place in front of him, he'll be able to take care of the situation, along with the mentality he already has. That's just my take on it, right there. Let me see. Exactly, because of TV. He didn't care about her past. It had nothing to do with anything, and that's what was so beautiful about that moment, man. Whenever he actually does put the hat in her head, because it had nothing to do with anything. It's like her backstory is her backstory. What she was in the past has nothing to do with who she is today. Today, she's my friend, dog. Gold. I mean, with Luffy Straw Hat on her head on Arlen Popper's Skype is enough to put her over as best girl. That's I couldn't have said any better myself, and she is my best girl in anything. Nami's my goat. Buster kind of says, "What up, my man? New opening was cool." Let me ask y'all that before I go into reading some more comments. What did y'all think about the opening? I've read some of the comments that y'all put in the video and seen some stuff on Twitter. But what did y'all think about the opening, man? I'm still in the stages of the new opening just came out. I've been rewatching it a lot because I love it. Obviously the visuals are extremely hype. The song is pretty catchy. So I can't rank it yet because I haven't been with it for too long. I know that I wouldn't put it above Hope right now because Hope to me was just special. Hope was one of those openings that come once in a series, like for me, and Hope was on the same level as like Fight Together and One Day and We Are like and a Brand New World. Like it was a top 5 opening for me. Hope, honestly, top 3. And with the latest one, I can see why some people were saying that they didn't like it because it does come after Hope and maybe they were disappointed because of it. But I really want to know what y'all think about the opening because I really like it. I really like superpowers. I think for this point in the series, it fits the climax of Whole Cake Island. Not only does it fit the climax of Whole Cake Island, but while envisioning the possible Reverie Wano visuals to accompany this opening, I can see it. Like instead of seeing Big Mom's crew in that in that one thing of Succession going whenever the opening starts going in, I could see the Marines. I could see Kobe from chapter 903. Helmeppo. I could see the Admirals, New Marine Ford. The song's just going in. We cut back, and we can see the Straw Hats. Bounty poster comes down, but it's blurred out. You know what I'm saying? Like, because we won't see the 1.5 billion berry bounty. Then we shift back again. We see all the princesses. The song starts going ham. We see the Yonkos, the Admirals. We're gonna see them up in reverie. Oh, dude, bro. Then the opening ends, and I think this is where they're going with this. Y'all know how in the opening it showed Zoro and Robin. I think what they're gonna do is that when they switch over to Wano, we're gonna see Zoro in his Wano outfit and Robin in her Wano outfit, and we're gonna see Zoro doing the legendary attack he did in chapter 109, and see Orobi, bro, at the end of the opening, and then leading up into that, we're probably gonna get some mad spoilers for Reverie, dog. Like one of the big three moments, the big hat, the which I think the hat will have a pretty big thing in it, or the instant messenger sama, or the Gorosei bowing, or some crazy stuff in place of where Luffy versus Katakuri is, and Luffy going Snake Man in the opening. But I'm curious on seeing what y'all think about the opening. Let me see. Nash Schneider says Arlong Park is very well written. It got me hooked into One Piece and it'll be one of my top arcs. Absolutely, I feel the same way. It's the arc that made me a fan of this medium forever, man. Arlong Park, just I can always look back on it, and it'll always give me good vibes. Always, I just nothing will ever be able to take that experience away from me. And every time I go back and re-experience it, it's always just as goat, if not better, than it was when I first experienced it, man. It always gets to me in any version of it too. It's a fascinating arc because in the original anime, in the manga, in the episode of Nami, in the episode of East Blue, no matter when I get this flipping arc, I love it. Arlong Park greatness. Arlong Park greatness. Do you think Oda will? Jared Hernandez says, "Do you think Oda will capitalize on the 2 weeks before the invasion on Wano starts to develop or showcase the crew and the company's abilities?" That's a very interesting question because I was thinking because usually whenever a series does something like this, it's about training and really getting the crew ready for this massive battle that's about to go down. But because it's One Piece, I don't know if Oda wants to show all the training. Like, he didn't show us. He didn't show whenever Luffy went out on his training to achieve Gear Second. Oda doesn't really show training unless it's Zoro. I feel like he's the only character that we really get to see training from the Straw Hats. So with that being said, it could be heavily implied that they trained for those 2 weeks, and then we see them again. But it could also, since I don't think everything's going to go according to plan, I don't think they're going to have 2 weeks. It's like smooth sailing to get over there. So to answer your question, I definitely do think that they will get stronger, and both a mental standpoint, a motivational standpoint, and possibly even from an ability standpoint in these next 2 weeks. Now, whether we're shown that until the actual battles happen, that's yet to be seen. That is yet to be seen. But I am most certainly expecting Wano here with not now sticking on the concept of the Straw Hats and their abilities. I think this is going to be the perfect time in the Battle of Onigashima, because I'm thinking of Battle of Onigashima. To me, when I think of it, I think of the Nanohana Rain Base. I think of Eni's Lobby, of those arcs where the Straw Hats are all going to have their moments to shine. And within these moments to shine, I think that we're going to have a similar situation, Luffy versus Katakuri, where Luffy recalled to his training with Rayleigh. I think they're also going to recall to their training during the time skip as well, with their respective trainers and the people who they were with post time skip for all the Straw Hats. I think it would be interesting. I think it would be an interesting way in the middle of Zoro's battle to show what really went down between him and Mihawk. What better way to show it? All of us have been curious about it. All of us have been curious about the eye for a long time. What better way to show it off through a flashback similar to Luffy versus Katakuri with the way that Oda handled the Rayleigh showing Luffy certain things. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my take on that. Let's see. Okay, so y'all are like y'all are like half and half. Like I know a lot of people have been saying the song. I like the main consensus I've been seeing is they don't like the song, but they love the visuals. That's been like one of the main things that I've been seeing from this opening. Uh, the opening for Reverie is gonna be so dope. I can't wait for it, man. I know it's inevitable, and I'm actually a big fan of One Piece filler, honestly, because One Piece filler allows me to have a new experience with these characters that I did not have previously. Like now, when it comes to the anime, of course, being caught up with it for so long, I just look forward to seeing certain moments animated. But with filler, it allows me to get a new story that I've not seen previously. So I'm always so excited for a movie when it comes out, because the movie always gives me a new opportunity to see a new story that has not been told before with the Straw Hats. So with I don't know how they're gonna end up doing a filler arc during the Reverie. I know for a fact they're gonna stretch those episodes out hard. They're gonna stretch out chapters 905 and 906 to the max. I'm talking about massive recaps for Vivi with Alabasta, and then with Kureha and Dalton with Drum Island. You remember those little things of text in chapters 905 and 906 where I would show like, oh, this was Stelly back in the Goa Kingdom. I guarantee you those little bits of text are going to turn to whole episodes of recap. I'm calling you right now because it's Toei. It's Toei, bro. There's no question. They're probably going to have like 5 to 6 episodes of straight up recap for these characters. I can see it now. I can see it now, coach. But it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay because after that, when they actually show that stuff in the anime of what's going to go down 906, 907, 908, 909, like when it, whew, I know, I mean, 907, I think that chapter as a whole, as an episode, has the possibility to be one of the best episodes in the series. Because you're going to have the epic and amazing clash in the beginning, the incredible exposition in the middle with Rocks and with Garp, the insanity with Lucci showing up again, and the intensity of the Celestial Dragons with Shirahoshi, and how Neptune's about to attack. And you see Mira scarred, and then you'll be mad emotional, and then to be continued with Shanks and the girl will say, I think that has the potential to be one of the best episodes in the series. Because it's one of the best chapters in the series, so if Toei handles it right, it can be one of the best episodes in the series. And it does not require GOAT animation, it does not require really good art. It just requires them to direct it and storyboard it accordingly. And it could end up being one of the best episodes in the series. JoJo Star 98. I love the Katakuri picture. It says, I can't wait to see the Goro saying Instant Messenger Sama for that opening. Yo, man. Instant Messenger Sama on an opening is spooky. I was thinking about, last night I was talking to lads about this, about the volume covers that we're going to have here for Wano and how awesome they're probably going to be. Like, can y'all imagine a volume cover with all the Yonko on it? Like, you guys know how in volume 59, where's my volume 59 at? You guys know how in volume 59 you have like this is a really awesome volume cover. But just imagine like Kaido here, Big Mom here, and you still have these three like that, bro. Yo, and then like instead of Ace, like you would have like the Alliance members down here with the Straw Hats. I would love to have a volume cover that is whenever we start getting more into like the M Sama situation later down the line. I would love to have 2 volume covers back to back, showcasing on one volume cover all of the Marines. So like you would have like the world government on top, then you have like the M admirals, you have like all Marines on one volume cover. And the following volume cover, you have the pirates. You have like all the emperors, their crews. But I feel like instead of just jamming all that into one thing, have like the main dudes. So like one volume goes to M, Gorosei, three admirals. Following volume goes to the five emperors on one volume cover, bro, or something like that. I think some of that would be sick because I liked whenever Oda did that for Alabasta and for Water Seven and his lobby. Whenever he showed like CP9 and the Straw Hats, and then he showed the Baroque Works and the Straw Hats, stuff like that. So was always really cool to me. They even did that in Marineford. Marineford, we got to see Whitebeard and Luffy in Volume 57. Volume 58 had the three admirals, and then with Luffy on top holding the thing that he was the massive. I always called it like the tree trunk, but the massive huge stick that he had whenever he went to go face off against three admirals. And the following thing was that thing I just showed you. Let me see. Yo, Recon, look up Luffy vs. Arlong by Chris Sims. It's a great write-up by a first-time reader and longtime comics fan on why Luffy vs. Arlong is his favorite fight in fiction. Still my favorite fight in manga, and I've read the whole series. I love that fight so much, yo. One day, I've never done a top 10 favorite One Piece fights, but one day whenever I do, that fight is really, really high for me. Really, really high. And it's mainly for the impact that it has for Nami's character, yo. Because Luffy destroying, not only does he destroy that room, which is shackling Nami, but he destroys all. The final attack is him destroying all of Arlong Park with Arlong, indicating the shackles are gone from the whole. It's godly, bro. It's fucking godly, man. So what is it called? Luffy vs. Arlong Chris Sims. I'm gonna search it up on Google and read that off air. Luffy's Arlong Park fight is the greatest of all time. Okay, I see it right here. Why do I feel like I've read this before? No, no, I don't think I have read this. I don't think I've read this. Okay, I'll keep it right here. I'll keep it right here. Thanks a lot for recommending that. Yo, I see a super chat coming in right here. Yo, my boy Michael Mickles, man. Thanks a lot for the super chat, my friend. Much appreciated, my brother. Thank you very much, man. So assuming Nekomamushi and Inarashi are part of the 9 red scabbards, along with the 4 samurai we know and the guy who wasn't revealed, then where were the other 2 and where are they now? Interesting question, Michael Mickles. So Nekomamushi and Inarashi are part of the 9 scabbards. And then along with the 4 samurai we know, and the guy who wasn't revealed, which I really like Ronan Midori's theory on how it could possibly be Hitetsu. So then you see the other 2. Um, could one of them be Shutenmaru? And could another one be a possible traitor that is currently working under Kurozumi Orochi? Because if a traitor moved to the other side, that would cause for a pretty emotional story of trust and betrayal and some Rurouni Kenshin stuff. But an actual story of trust and betrayal of somebody who switched sides, maybe not because they wanted to, but because they had to. So I'm going to stick with that. I'm going to stick with one of them. One of the other 2 is currently under Kurozumi Orochi with his identity completely wiped off the face of the planet. Like, nobody knows that this man was once a part of the 9 Red Scabbards. He probably is under Kurozumi Orochi. And then the other one is flipping. What was I saying? I lost my train of thought. I lost my train of thought, man. The flipping flag guards, man. One of them being a traitor under Kurozumi Orochi, and then the other one. What did I say, bro? Whatever, man. It's on record. It's on record, bro. It's on record. Let's see. I think I mean, I'm going to assume that they're here. They're here on Wano. So I'm just gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with one of them being under Kaido / Kurozume Orochi as a traitor, and the other one that is eventually gonna join up with us in the near future. We'll see what happens there. But thanks a lot for the question, man. Thanks a lot for the question. It's a very interesting question, yo. Thanks a lot for the question and the $10 donation, man. I really do appreciate it, my friend. Just Shuten Maru. That's what I said. God bless Hazy, yo. God bless Hazy. Shuten Maru and the flipping trader, dog. And the flipping trader. Shout out to Hazy, man. What would I do without Hazy? What would I do without Hazy, yo? Let me see. I can't wait to see that Shanks reveal with Gorosei animated. Same, man. Same. Then again, I wanted to see Reverie stretched out. It was too short. I agree. Let me see. Luffy fighting for the future pirate queen is a goat moment. That's a shoot. The symbolism in Luffy versus Arlong is unmatched. You know, it's very hard for me because a lot of the fights in the series, especially the final fights in the big arcs, like Luffy versus Arlong, Luffy versus Crocodile, Luffy versus Lucci, have so much heart and weight behind them. Luffy versus Doflamingo as well. Like Luffy versus Katakuri means so much to me on a personal level because it just reminds me so much of a professional wrestling match, and it's so cool in the way that it's handled. But from an emotional standpoint, aside from the final panel of that fight, and I still have Luffy versus Katakuri mad high because those final panels, man, the emotion, bro, that so much great. It's just it's grown men throwing hands, and it's beautiful. But it definitely had it was like the other fights in terms of there was more to the fight than just two people just throwing hands. Like there was more weight behind it, more weight behind the punches. But Luffy versus Arlong and Luffy versus Lucci, but it's hard because like so many of them. Like I can't say that Luffy versus Arlong is unmatched because other fights in the series also have the emotional weight behind those punches whenever they're going at it. But it's definitely one of the highest for sure. Damn, a trader would be the perfect way for the plan to go down the drain. Agreed, Hazy. Agreed. Sage says, "Yeah, Recon. I was thinking about something similar to that when I said the thing about the graves a few chapters ago. Oh yeah, I do remember you saying that. I believe it was either a comment or in the Discord. You were talking about a possible traitor. Because I do remember you saying that, yo. Shout out to Sage, man. Sage is out here with this observation hockey, mad high, mad high, yo. Let me see. I'm gonna dip though. Have a great rest of your stream, King. Don't forget to get the new One Piece Funko Pops Halloween. Yo, Whistle TV. Thanks a lot so much for stopping by, my friend. I'm definitely getting those Funko Pops for birthday. Hopefully, I want to get the Sanji one and the Doflamingo one. Let me see. I was under the assumption that there was a traitor also, and that Shushimaru was the guy in the flashback. That is also a big possibility too. That the guy in the flashback could be either Shushimaru or Itetsu, like I stated earlier. So that's definitely a big possibility. Yo, Tevs, man, what's good? Yo, Leandro Tevs coming in there. He says, "Recon, have you ever heard of these two words? The third Oni, man, the legend." Why did Crocodile look so stylish and smooth in that panel where he slashed Robin in the tombs? It's like he had a dance with. That's a shoot. He really did, man. Whenever he brought the hook, bro, he was like, yeah. Yo, I have that panel in its original Shonen Jump form somewhere down here. I need some water, dog. I have that panel in its original double page spread glory in the Shonen Jump volume, bro. You are right though, man. The man did look like he was busting a move. Like Crocodile always looked like he was busting a move. To be honest with you, he was always looking fresh. Man, Crocodile was always looking fresh, bro. But yeah, man. Yo, this has been an awesome stream so far, bro. I'm gonna end it here in a little bit. Because I gotta get going to sleep soon. This is the very first thing I did whenever I got home from work, man. But tomorrow I have an early morning shift, so I'm gonna have to get going soon. But I'll keep going for like 10 minutes or so. Talk a little bit more about the awesome sauce. But yo, man, I really do have to thank all of you for stopping by because, yo, man, the amount of awesome discussion that's come out from this from this stream has really allowed me to process the chapter even for and it, not only just the chapter but even more about the future. Like a lot of your comments really hit home. It's like flagnards, man. That's so factual. So I always love doing these, and I'm glad that I listened to. Shout out to Migs, and I believe it was flipping flagnards, man. I know that there was a couple people in, I believe, the last video that I did that I asked. I said, should I do the Recon piece live? And there was a couple people saying yes, do it live. So shout out to everybody who said that. I'm trying to remember. It's funny. I remember one of them was Migs, but shout out to everybody who told me to do this live because I really do enjoy doing this Recon piece live, or not the Recon piece. I'm sorry, the flipping Afterthoughts live. Yeah. Still on episode 10. Oh, you're talking about Gintama. Still on episode 10, but I'm loving it. The greatness. The Goat Tama greatness. I found foreshadowing in volume 80, page 15. Volume 80, page 15. Volume 80, page 15. It is in chapter 796. Okay. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so it shows King Riku, and I'm going to read this page verbatim. It's a farce, but I'm in no laughing mood. There's no laughing to be had. I'm overjoyed that they survived the fiasco. But am I capable of making them happy? If only I were some kind of god king who could prevent natural disasters. Whoa, what kind of crazy stuff are you talking about? It's a joke. Yo, he says, if only I were some kind of god king who could prevent natural disasters. Is that what you're talking about, flipping, Chris? Is that what you're talking about? And he just says it's a joke. I'll continue my efforts. That's all we can do until the eventual day that the throne passes to Rebecca. This man said, if only I were some kind of god king who could prevent natural disasters. Yo, shout out to Im-sama, bro. And I love how it says specifically natural disasters because we know how, or at least how we assume that Dragon has a wind ability, right? Natural disasters. Let me see. Yeah, Tevs, that's a shoot, man. I am like Sanji and Bradier, bro, which is why I always say that well, not only that's why I always say Sanji's an extremely relatable character to me, but not just Sanji, but that entire character arc in Bratier. Because I know that eventually, and I've been planning it for a long time, and actually I've been working towards it with just the same way that Sanji loved his crew in Bradier, but he had to leave for the betterment of his dream. I can relate to that I relate to that so much, I can't even begin to explain how much I can relate to that, bro. And I know that when the day comes, and I have to also say goodbye, man. It's going to hurt. Probably going to cry. By God, man, Sanji had the all blue, and I have my dreams as well. That's why that portion of the story means so much to me, because I relate to it so much. But that's a shoot. That is a hard shoot. Dude, Gintama this week, Sunrise needs to chill. Yeah, I'm gonna catch up for sure. I was saving Gintama, the Gintama catch up for the eventual for my birthday, because I was like, man, I want to watch all of the Gintama episodes on my birthday, but I don't want to wait anymore. I'm just gonna say screw it and watch the episodes soon. I want to start watching them slowly but surely this week, but since I'm gonna be focusing a lot on my video games this week with like Jump Force and Black Ops 4 and whatnot, We'll see what happens there, but I can't wait to get back on the Gintama Awesome Sauce, man. I've been singing I wanna be dude, I've been going ham, just having that song stuck in my head. I'm looking forward to watching the episode this week. Yo, I appreciate that the Joker wears pink, man. Thank you very much. I love that name. Thank you very much, yo, for that compliment. Where do you rank Luffy's punch on Caesar where he said, I've been picking fights with guys like you since the beginning. It's top 5 for me, chokes each time. That's a fantastic punch, man. Are you talking about, like, where do I rank that in terms of, like, Luffy's punches? It's got to be up there. It's got to be up there. Luffy's had so many freaking GOAT punches, man. That actually sounds like a really good topic for a Recon piece in the future. Top 10 Luffy punches. Because he's had so many GOAT punches, man. But that Caesar one is fantastic. That's a really good one. I feel like the anime handled that scene pretty well as well. I actually remember covering that on the channel, bro, on the old channel. I remember covering that episode, bro. Good times, man. Good times. Let's see. Yo, my boy Chris. I feel betrayed. Why do you feel betrayed, Chris? What did I do to you, coach? My boy Chris, man. Long Haired Otaku, man. Yo, myself, Long Haired Otaku, and the Forgotten Straw Hat, man. The monster trio, bro. I'm Luffy. Forgotten Straw Hat was Zoro, and Long Haired Otaku was Sanji, man. Back on the old channel, we had a whole bunch of videos recorded at Forgotten Straw Hat's house from, like, whenever we watched Strong World together, playing Naruto and One Piece. and it's just so much fun, man. It's a shame that a lot of those videos don't exist anymore, but we had a lot of fun, man. That we're the monster trio. Shout out to everyone's dreams. Never stop chasing. Oh yeah, absolutely, Yak Attack, bro. Gotta keep dreaming and gotta keep moving forward within your dreams. Zeph, man, yeah, dude, Zeph, my heart, no question, bro. Haris says, yeah, that's the one. I immediately thought of Imu. That very first thing I thought of with the God King thing. I was like, yeah, instant messenger Sama, bro. Yo, speaking of the Forgotten Straw Hat, man, he's right there. Yo, my boy Josh. He says Reverie or Wano. Well, I mean, at this point in time of where we currently are in both, I think they're going to intertwine. Of course, Reverie is making me think more. Reverie still has my favorite chapters in the year. But Wano has the Straw Hats, man. You know? I mean, obviously Wano's not over yet, but so far. Individual chapters-wise, Reverie's was just so freaking insane. But Wano has been so good, bro. With Luffy and Zoro adventuring, Tama, the previous couple of chapters, Luffy greatness against Urashima, the whole setting, the vibe, Hawkins, Law, Odin, and it's just a prologue, man. I guess because I have a thing with the Straw Hats, like I love those characters so much. And even though they're not even together, just having them all, or having most of them in panels together, or even just having Luffy and Zoro on adventure, it's nice. But Reverie was something special, man. Reverie was something special, bro. So I still consider them one thing because I do believe they're going to be intertwining together. But if I had to give you just an answer right now, just off the top of my head, man, I gotta say Wano, bro. I gotta say Wano. Because Reverie from a chapter to chapter basis was absolutely insane, and it was GOAT. But Wano just had an emotional connection, man, and it has the Straw Hats, and it's a personal thing for me, bro. Personal thing for me. Oh, donuts. Yo, Muggity looking for the comments, man. Legendary stuff, man. Let me see. I tried to wake up for the stream, but my body said no. I set up 3 alarms. Ah, oh, man, Horace, bro. But I do appreciate you stopping by here towards the end of the stream, man. It's a privilege to get punched by the king and my Nami, but for another reason. That's a shoot, Michael Nichols. That's a hard shoot. I just started Gintama the other day. Pure comedy, man. Yo, that's awesome, Chamarks, man. Keep me updated on your GoTama progress, bro. They really parodied Death Note. That's a fantastic episode. that episode is actually the one that a lot of people tell me gets them really invested into the series. It's a really good episode. Strat Gamer says, "Will we jump?" Oh crap. Flagnards. I lost my way. Don't lose your way in my mind. Straw Gamer says, "Will we jump back to the Reverie during the 2 weeks?" I do believe so, Straw Gamer. If you're asking me, if I were Oda in the situation, I would tackle this the same way that he tackled the end of Impel Down going into Marineford, where he was switching back between both until he revealed Chapter 550's huge, massive revelation with Ace, of course, and then that officially started off the bang. That was Marineford. But I do think that he's going to be intertwining between both, showing Reverie Wano, and it's going to be interesting to see how he goes about that. But I do think, if I had to make a prediction right now, and actually to end off the stream, let me ask this one final question: if you were a betting man or woman, would you say that Chapter 921 takes place in Wano or in Reverie? I'm going to go ahead and say that Chapter 921 takes place in the Reverie. I think that with how Oda ended this week's chapter, it would be very easy for him to start off a simple panel of the chapter saying, "Meanwhile, in Reverie." I don't know. Looking forward to seeing what y'all say in the comments, though. Let me see. I would love to go back to the Reverie, Wano, Reverie, Wano, Reverie, Reverie, Wano, Reverie, Wano, Reverie, Wano, Reverie, Wano. Yo, that's a split 50-50-50. Split 50-50-50. Regardless of where he goes, I'm really excited. But I think Reverie is going to be next chapter, chapter 921. Yeah, Josh is in the comments. Me and him were having this conversation on Xbox last night. Or was it last night? Was it last night or the night before? It was whenever I caught an L. Well, I catch an L every time I get on Madden anyway. But it was last time I caught an L. Last night. We were talking about that. About the where we could go next. And we came to an agreement that Reverie is probably going to be the big thing that happens next. For chapter 921. Because it would be simple, to switch over. But if it does stay in Wano, I of course I wouldn't mind. But man, what a crazy thing would it be to go back to Reverie, bro? Man, now I'm looking back. That's such a hard question, bro. Like what Josh asked, Reverie or Wano? Because now, like I'm half and half, coach. Because my top 3 favorite chapters of the year, 909 aside, even with 909, I feel like my top 3 is still like 907, 903, 908, then 909. Like 908, 909, they switch. But those top 2 are from the Reverie, bro. How can something that's only a couple chapters, like Return to Sabaody, just be so goat, man? I'm gonna have to switch my answer, bro. I'm gonna have to say Reverie, bro. It's in, bro. It's instant messenger, Sama, man. It's the Straw Hat, bro. The giant straw. It's Shanks. It's Shanks and Gorosei, bro. Whatever, man. I like them both equally for different reasons. End of discussion. I'm out of here. I'm done, coach. I'm done, man. I got a couple more. Reverie, Wano, Reverie. This man Chris said Dressrosa. And this Straw Hat Gamer said Funk Hazard, Paragons and Impel Down. Yo, bro, no, but the Paragon, what Paragon says could actually be a shoot. Can you imagine us switching back to Impel Down and seeing what's going on with Dofi and the assassin, or even seeing something even crazier, like a panel of the cuffs being off and Dofi's escaped? I could see Impel Down, like no joke, no trolling. I could actually see that. I could actually see the impel down. No question. Wano and switch to referee. Yeah, I like that answer too. Gun yesterday. I like that. I like that answer. I like that answer. Yeah. Let me see. The giant straw hat, bro. I'm telling you. Yeah, I did watch it. I did watch Khabib versus McGregor. It was a WWF Attitude Era main event. That joke was extremely hilarious, bro. I was like that entire show, and I only got to catch like bits and pieces, but that entire the ending sequence, God Almighty, man, that joke was mad funny, bro. Because it reminded me of like a 1999 or like a 2000 ending of a Raw. It's freaking hilarious, man. Let me see. All right, yeah. I'm gonna read this one last comment, and then I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. This man gone yesterday says, "I'm telling you, Instant Messenger wanted to extinguish Moria, and Dofla was ordered to do so. Which is why he knows the truth. It's a shoot." Remember, read this one more time. Im wanted to extinguish Moria, and Dofla was ordered to do so, which is why he knows the truth. It's a shoot. I'm gonna let y'all ponder that while I end the stream, man. Shout out to Gone yesterday for that comment, and shout out to everybody who passed by, bro. This was an excellent afterthought stream, man. I had a lot, y'all brought up, you guys brought the heat. Everyone who came through brought some extreme heat that is gonna leave us, at least leave me with a lot more questions and answers of a lot of possibilities for the future of the series, from Lady Toki and Hiyori's and what's going to be happening with them here in the near future, to the identities of the Nine Scabbards, to flipping where we're going to go next, Reverie and Wano, possibilities in the future of what's going to go down in the Battle of Onigashima, um, Awesome Sauce going down with possible Yonko sightings, and with the Emperors, or I'm sorry, with the Emperors and with the Admirals, what's going to be going down in the near future when it comes down to who that other person was in the flashback, whether it was Hitetsu, Shujinmaru. I mean, a lot of really great stuff, man. I couldn't ask for more, bro. This is why I started doing YouTube videos, man. Was talk to other people about the series that I love from the bottom of my heart. And shout out to streams. Shout out to streaming for actually making a lot of this possible, bro. Because if it weren't for streams, I probably would have recorded this, and I would have had to wait to read the comments in order to see a lot of y'all's responses. But streams allow instant feedback, and that's always really, really cool for the thing, man. But yeah, I hope all of y'all have an awesome sauce of a day, man, or I should say a night. Maybe for some of y'all is day, but for me, it is most certainly night, yo. But I want to thank everybody who stopped by. This is a lot of fun, and I really, really do appreciate everybody who stopped by, because I know, like Chris was saying earlier, Harris said that he set his alarm to wake up mad early for the stream. So shout out to y'all for making sacrifices, man, just to come in here and be a part of the awesome sauce. Shout out to everybody that donated earlier on stream as well, man. Those are always appreciated. Thank y'all so much for the support. Not only through the donations, but through the likes, through the comments, through the sharing of the videos, man. It goes a long way, and I really do appreciate the support that y'all continue to show the channel from a positive standpoint, man. Like y'all really do, y'all are the gasoline that keeps this machine looking forward, moving forward. Like for example, that One Piece episode reaction wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for y'all. I promise y'all that without question. I received so many comments to do that reaction, man. And I'm so glad that y'all bombarded my flipping Twitter and my YouTube, telling me to do a reaction to the episode was extremely good, man. So you guys have the power in this channel, man. Y'all have the power. Y'all ask for it, bro. I'm a supply and demand dude, bro. If y'all tell me, if a whole bunch of y'all come as a fleet, in the same way that Luffy's gonna show up in Kaido's castle and say, "I want this," then I'm gonna say, "By God, I'm gonna need to supply it, man." So shout out to y'all, man. Thank y'all so much for continuously supporting the channel. I know I've been inconsistent all these years, but y'all are still here with me, man. Thank you so much. I hope all of you have an awesome sauce of a night or day wherever you are. I'm gonna go eat and I'm gonna go whoop the Forgotten Straw Hat, aka Josh, and some Madden. I'll see y'all next time, man. One Piece greatness. Can't wait for chapter 121 of the Awesome Sauce. Tomorrow night, I'll be doing a live stream with Sticker Tricker for around like 10 o'clock Eastern time. He is currently in the beginning of Water 7. So we're going to be going through his journey so far in the series and talking about what he likes, what he dislikes, what he his favorite moments, favorite characters, and that type of stuff whenever it comes to the One Piece series so far. So look forward to that tomorrow night around 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern. But aside from that, I hope all of you have an awesome sauce of a day or night wherever you are, and I'll see y'all next time, man. The greatness.